Soul Man and I, Eulogio, the Soul Man Foss, since we met in 2001, I was introduced to him as the Soul Man at Crow Cheese when he was playing with Glen Fisher's band every Monday in 2001. We were both very young back then. Yeah, me and the Soul Man. But he has built close relationships with tons of San Diego musicians, some for over 70 years. He loves to play music. He brings people together, and he will play with anybody. He has no ego. He's a man of faith, and he treats people with kindness and respect. There he is. He is a man of mystery in many ways, all the way down to his nickname, the Soul Man. He told me Lenny Kravitz gave him that nickname. But Glen Fisher and this cast of San Diego jazz legends have their own idea as to why he's called the Soul Man.
Chicks. Hey, what's that thing in your hand making that sound? Coffee beans, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha, ooh, woo. Cooling on the mainland. You're the Soul Man. I asked you what you're doing this thing. Scraping the thing against the thing. Scraping the thing against the thing. That sound, coffee beans, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha, ooh, woo. Grooving on the mainland. JR, you're the Soul Man. I ask you what you're doing. Scraping the thing against the thing. Scraping the thing against the thing. Scraping the thing against the thing.
They were inspired to write and record that song about him, an all-star band of... no, he has had another video, Ariel, another video. Who gets that treatment? Who deserves that treatment? Have a song the Soul Man does. Turn him around one more time. In his 90s, he is still playing every Sunday for up to 4 hours at Aquarius Weekly with Mark Fisher, Glen's brother, the guys from the band Soul Man. They sent this. This is from last week or something.
Hey JR, it's Mark Fisher here. Where and when did we first play together? I don't know. But we have jammed at a lot of places all over this town for many years. And now that we found a home on Sundays at Aquarius for High Noon Dead Set, we're playing more than ever. It's great. Everyone loves you there, and you have more stamina on those long gigs than guys half or even a quarter of your age. Really. So congratulations for really earning this honor, and keep on rocking, my friend.
Take a minute to introduce to you. This is JR on the guiro. 2025 San Diego Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations, JR.
There you go. Go see Soul Man tomorrow at Aquarius. Now to officially present the Soul Man, please welcome back Israel Maldonado.
Hello, hello. I took a speech class in community college and I got a D. So please bear with me. Eulogio Foss Jr., JR, sometimes people call him. But I thought your first name was Soul and your last name was Man. For all these years, he actually got his nickname from Harold Todd, who plays with Lenny Kravitz. So that's the guy that gave him his nickname. So, but it's like, but the truth is, at 91, maybe 93, depending on who you ask, the Soul Man still loves to play, and he still brings that same spark and energy to every performance. He loves to play. He loves to play, and he always talks to me about playing music. He always calls me. Sometimes he calls me at the wrong time. Like, dude, because I can't just pick up and talk to him for a minute, dude. We talk for a while, you know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, Israel. He always keeps reminding me hey, you know that I can play the guiro. I'm like, dude, I know, dude. I've known for years. So I know one of his biggest influences was his father. You know, he's the one that really gave him the soul. You know, about playing music. He inherited the feeling of liking music from him. His biggest inspiration to pick up the guiro was Carlos Vasquez. He always talk about Carlos Vasquez. Maybe he might want to say something about Carlos Vasquez in a little bit, so I don't want to say too much. What's always impressed me is that Soul Man doesn't just play Latin music. He can play anything, like rock and roll. He actually did a bluegrass album maybe about 7 years ago, with Travis Oliver. It's just all bluegrass, and that's pretty amazing. And he still performs all over the town. I just played with him on Tuesday at the open mic with Jefferson Jay at the Long Story. Shout out to the Long Story. I first met the Soul Man when I was in a band called Agua Dulce back in the day, and this is in 1999, 2000. This is during the years of Crow Cheese, when Crow Cheese was happening. There's all kinds of music going on at Crow Cheese. We, as Agua Dulce, we would play, I think, on the weekends, and then he would come in and sit in with us and play with us, and that's how I first met him. And it was always the myth about his age and stuff like that. We loved it. It was great. He would come and sit with us. He was always full of energy, and over the years he's shared the stage with countless musicians, always leaving his mark. And recently he's still trying to get gigs. He calls me, Israel, let's get a gig here. And gigs. I'm like, dude, you're 91. What are you doing? I'm like, I just want to relax, bro. He just wants to play. He wants to play. He always talks about his technique. If you look at his hands, they're all shaped like the guiro, how you. I'm like, dude, you're so dedicated to the guiro. There's two instruments before the guiro, which is what he has, and then the guira, which is the metal one, which is the one that you saw on the video. So just in case you didn't know what the guiro and the guira. Yes, I always like to teach us about that. Okay, beyond the music, his story of service is just as powerful. On June 22, 1953, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. He served his country with honor, making one combat jump in the Korean War. He has always been incredibly proud of his service. I just love when he wears his hat, you know what I mean, the military hat. I'm like, man, I wish I was just that cool. I can never wear a hat like that. And I know he has some of his military friends maybe here today. I'm not sure. I know some of his military friends. So we just, on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you for your service. So anybody that serves in the military, so thank you, Soul Man, for that. Events like this matter so much. Jefferson Jay, thank you so much for putting this whole thing together. Just give it a hand to Jefferson. I mean, he does the open mics, and after Croce's in all those years, I didn't come across the Soul Man until a little later at Portugalia when Jefferson Jay was doing the open mics, and that's when me and Soul Man started to play a little more together. So anytime I would go to the open mic, Soul Man was right there, just love to play, and we still do it to this day. It's amazing. We just did it. So Soul Man embodies that. His energy, his vibe, his presence have inspired so many of us. And just also the other thing that we do is we play at the Chula Vista Veterans Home. So he actually has me go over there to the Chula Vista Veterans. These are all war heroes, and we go over there and we play, and they all love it. And I'm just so thankful that he invites me to go do that. So super grateful for that. But tonight we brought together a few incredible musicians that have a lot to do with the Soul Man. They are Hall of Famers in their own right. Glen Fisher on the bass, which should be coming up right here, which you saw him. He's the one that wrote that song. Tommy Aros on the conga, which you saw him on the video also. Watch out, he's really good at golf. Irving Flores on piano. He just released a new record too. So these guys are like the top of San Diego. Obviously the Soul Man. Who else do we got here? We got Mark Lamson. Mark Lamson is the one that got me into playing music at San Diego State in '96. So he's always been the guy that got me into playing music at Cafe Sevilla back in the Glen Fisher, Tommy Aros, and Mark. We used to play at Cafe Sevilla back in the day. We're doing the street scene years. Remember the street scene when it was street scene downtown San Diego? Okay, so we're just trying to get everybody situated here. And so now, it is my great honor and privilege to induct into the San Diego Hall of Fame Eulogio Foss Jr., the Soul Man. Put your hands together.
He wants to say a few words. So here he is.
I just want to say a few words of my mentor, Carlos Vasquez. He's the one that started me on this 1955. I was at the Capri watching him, and he said, "What are you doing?" He's looking at me. I said, "Well, I'm watching you play," because he's my best friend. We lived next door to each other. He said, "You got to do something." So he picked up an old guiro and threw it at me. He said, "Learn how to play that, then you can play with me." And I started fooling around with it, and I learned it. And I've been playing that since then. This is not an easy instrument to play. You think it's easy to play, but it's not. There's a lot of players. I do all the signatures on this. I do a 6/8, 3/4, 4/4, everything. And I play with every kind of music. I play with a rock band. I play with Aquarius, and you just learn how to do the signatures of each groove. That's how you learn this. But it takes time. But I want to say something. It's God that's one. He's the one that's playing. I'm the instrument. So I want you people to know that. He puts that feeling in me. That's him playing, not me. I'm the instrument. So that's why I improved. And God's the one that's playing, not me.
Soul Man's proud to be the only guy going in the Hall of Fame for playing a squash. So he told me that. You're going to Israel right there. Yours, however you want. Let's give it up for him one more time, folks. Eulogio Foss, the Soul Man. All he wanted to do was play next to Israel until he saw that Tommy Aros was here. Now he's running across the stage to Tommy Aros. Forget about Israel. He only needs one. I don't know why he has three. Give it up for Eulogio and the Latin All-Stars.
Su gata lo va a buscar. De noche brinca la cerca que está behind de mi house, a ver si puede fugarse sin que ella lo pueda ver. Hey. Y no tan pronto está de fiesta silvestre felino. Tiene que echar a correr. ¡Vámonos! Esto sí es serio, mi amigo. Oye, qué lío se va a formar cuando mi gatito sepa. Y es tan simple la razón, que a su gata le cuenta, que a su gata le cuenta, no nada más que un ratón, un ratón. Ey, de cualquier malla salió ratón, oye, de cualquier malla, y de cualquier malla salió ratón, oye, de cualquier malla, y de cualquier malla salió ratón, oye, de cualquier malla, de cualquier malla, de cualquier malla, hey, de cualquier malla salió ratón, oye, de cualquier. Échale Tommy Aros en la conga. que suene y chacu, 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 y chacu, 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 eso, maestro. Moliendo café, G minor. Tarde languidece, renace la sombra, la que tú los cafetales vuelven a sentir. Triste canción de amor de la vieja molienda, que en el letargo de la noche parece que en la tarde la huide se renace la sombra, la que tú los cafetales vuelven a sentir. Triste canción de amor de la vieja molienda, en el letargo de la noche parece que en mí una pena de amor, una tristeza. Llega el Samo Manuel en su amargura. Oye, va incansable en la noche moliendo café. Cuando en la tarde languidece, renace las sombras, la que tú los cafetales vuelven a sentir. Triste canción de amor de la vieja molienda, que en el letargo de la noche parece que Glen Fisher. Lamson, échale.
join us in welcoming to the San Diego Music Hall of Fame. Eulogio, the Soul Man, Foss.
We'll give you the choice. It's a perfectly good show, but do you want one more? One more, folks.
Once again, please join us in welcoming to the San Diego Music Hall of Fame, Eulogio Soul Man Los. Sorry, I butchered that. I got it the first time.
There you go. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. There you go. You got one. Hey, come back because I want Steve to take the picture. All right.
Let's take a band picture.
Yeah, band picture. Get on in here. Everybody, thank you.
One more time for Bob Magnuson, the Knights, Bart Mendoza, Camus Kenyatta, John Reese, Rosie Flores, and Eulogio, the Soul Man Flores. Your San Diego Music Hall of Fame class of 2025.
Who wants to get up here, man?
Anybody involved with the show wants to come up, come on up. Sorry about that, man. Look at this. That'll look good on your wall. Oh, you're fine. Thank you. Yeah, we can move.